hold on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to the first round of Season 5 Inside Line Racing. This is ILR1, the top tier, one of the assist restricted tiers, where we are ready to go. Apologies for the late start. It's because Andy's PS4 decided to crash and burn, basically, so they needed someone to cover at short notice. That's why I was rushing crazy to try and get the stream. Oh my god, what's going on? To try and get the stream up for you. So we have got it up, which is good news. I may have someone joining me in the comms box soon. It does depend, but you just got me at the moment, so that is all good, and we are all ready to go with racing here, and we've got a full lobby tonight, and I'm just going to go through the drivers pretty quickly as well. So basically, in terms of teammates this season, they weren't required to choose a team. The admins basically chose their teams for them, and that is how it is lined up tonight, with basically the top people who did well in ILR1 last season. They're right at the top, and there's also some new drivers as well that have done some great time trials, which are up there as well. So I'm just going to go through them quickly. We already got Blizzard, our champion, which has got a 1:19.3, which is a pretty decent lap time already right off the bat. So I am pretty impressed with how this is going as well. Obviously, he is in a Mercedes in the pits right now, so I can't really follow him at the moment. And we got one of our new drivers, actually, of ILR1, Paris, making the jump to the top tier straight away, which is really good to see. He's in the Ferrari. His time trial times were absolutely impeccable. So it's not really a surprise that he is in the top tiers. So good to see, good to see. And in also the other Ferrari is also another new person to the league, someone who I've commentated before in the past, Speed Barry. He is a nice human being as well, so great to see him out as well. He's set a 1:19.8, so already seeing some great lap times. So we've got in the other Mercedes, I'm just trying to see, please be warned, this is, I've only found out like 10 minutes ago I was commentating on this, so I'm a bit wary at times. But anyway, we've got Cliffy in the Red Bull. I'm just trying to find out who is in the other Red Bull. There we go. We've got Golan, a very strong pairing. I hope you can agree from last season. They were doing very well. Cliffy was second in the Drivers' Championship last season, and I do believe, to be honest, he is going to be hungry for the win this season for the Drivers' Championship. So I can see him being up there with his teammate Golan. In the Haas, well, in the Force India, we have got Lambo. He is making an appearance again, and also joining him in the Force India. Now, it's really hard to distinguish which is the Force India and which is the Haas, because I think, oh no, that is Janel, who's in the pits right now. So, there we go. Someone that might be reserved. So, again, I haven't had a chance to look at the driver lineup before starting the stream, so do apologise. In the Haas, we've got CC Brain, and we have got, I'm trying to find it. It is, in the Haas, we've got CC Brain and ILR F1. Oh, no, Rafa, I can't, I still need to get my hand around it. In the McLaren, we've got Lewis. Now, he might have changed his gamer tag for me, but I haven't heard of him, but he is really, really good. And joining him in the other McLaren is Wayne. Now, they look like a very strong pairing. They got points to prove as well. So I wonder how they're going to do in qualifying tonight. And in the Toro Rossos, we have got It's Me. I remember It's Me from last season. He is a strong force. He has had quite consistent at times and not quite consistent at times. So I wonder how he's going to do this season. And we've got someone that has made the jump from ILR3 last season all the way up to ILR1. It is Zenki. He joined midway through the season last season, and boy, he did have a great season from then on. And he's made it up to the big guns, the top tier ILR1. He's got a point to prove, and already he's catching up to VSR Blizzard, a 1:19.4. That is insane. The times are pretty quick so far off the bat, so I am pretty impressed with how this is going. So, got the Toro Rossos, and I'm missing one more. Oh, we got Renault of... Oh, sorry, my bad. We got the Renault of TTG Pro. That's almost a tongue twister. And we got Leon as well in the Renault. Both were in ILR1 last season, so very good to see as well. Nice to see a few of you in the chat, and hopefully I could get a good stream. Hopefully this should be all right and Fashion Daisy. So I've also had a message from one of the drivers in the chat. Thank you. And it is going to be a wet to dry race. I swear, every time I commentate, it's wet. It was wet in ILR5 when I commentated on Thursday night, and it's going to be wet here. So, and, well, it was dry in the Xbox tier, but that's an exception. But for all the PS4 tiers, it's always been wet. So, very interesting. Is it me? I already see some damp bits. So, yeah, crazy. So, I'm just actually going to see if someone is on a lap at the moment. I'm just going to try and find someone. Let me just get a few things up. We've got quite a few people. If I was them, I would go on the ultra soft tyres, because obviously they're going to start in the wet conditions, and if they qualify anything lower than that on either the supers or the softs, then it's going to put them at a huge disadvantage. So starting either on the ultras or starting the ultras is pretty much a dire move, to be honest. It's a must really at this stage. So huge recommendation for these guys. So I'm just going to see, is anyone on a lap? We've got Jana on a lap in the Force India. I can't even pronounce his name. For those of you that know me, and for those of you that know that I commentate, I am rubbish at names. So if I get it wrong, I do apologise. But usually I have a while to get used to the names. But obviously, like I said earlier, hey, so Jano is going through the really tough back DRS straight. I've seen a lot of people in ILR5 and also other tiers, and even me included in qualifying, get caught out. And don't do a me like I did at the end of qualifying, where I was on my ultra soft run. Oh, and Jano's gone into the pit. Great. Not following my lap. Okay. And we've also got in the Sauber, we got ILR2 champion from last season as well. I completely forgot about this. We have got Abby. Well, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the rest of his name, but Abby was the ILR2 champion last year. It's good to see him, well, last season, my apologies. And he has deserved the fact that he's an ILR1. He's not doing too bad. The look up between first and 9th, separated by 9/10 per second, and the top 10 separated by a second. So this is pretty crazy at this stage of qualifying, as Abby is on his in lap, I think, 'cause he's running out of fuel, and he's been given a sign to go to the pits, so I can't follow him. Sterling West is in the Sauber this evening. He's going into the pits as well. Literally everyone is going into the pits right now. So and there's yellow flags in set to 2 and set to 3. So I'll keep our close eye on that and how that's going to go on as well. So Sterling is reserve driver. That's why I said he's in the Sauber tonight. He's not in there this season. So yes. So a few people there saying they didn't do any wet practice. Well, it is recommended people do a lot of wet practice, but it's been a lot of high hopes for this tier this season. I've seen on Twitter a lot of people sweating it out on time trials. So I wonder how these 5 minutes of qualifying are going to go in terms of strategy. How are they going to go up when the track rubbers up a little bit? It's not the best. It's not sunny, so it's going to be hot. So you know, and a few bold predictions, I think, for this title fight. I think Blizzard is more definitely one of the favourites for this championship right off the bat, because he's had a whopping great season last season. He has been fantastic. And he has had a lot of wins, more than anyone. And even after he's won the title, he's gone and run multiple races. And he won earlier on as well in ILR1 last season. So he's one of the favourites. But also I think Zenki's been looking quite good in practice as well. So I'm going to say Zenki will be winning a shot as well. Even though he was in ILR3 last season, he's pretty quick. And Cliffy as well and Golonen is going to be tight. And also the fight for the constructors, Blizzard. I am not sure. I wonder how France is going to do in the Mercedes powered team. I just wonder how that's going to play out for them. So we're just going to find out. So literally everybody is going to go out pretty shortly. Hopefully the audio is alright, guys. Like I said, it took... I had to set the stream quite quickly. Oh, Golonen took an interesting line. That's probably his lap time invalidated as Wayne is going into the pits. Everyone's going on an out lap at the moment. I need to follow someone on a lap. I think Golonen, yeah, he just cut the, yeah, his lap time was about. That's why he's going on 0. Let's see who could be on a lap. Could be Sterling West on a lap. I'm just going to take you on a lap actually because I haven't done a hot lap this week. Because I was concentrating on internet issues on Thursday, but they're pretty much resolved now, so I can concentrate on getting this down. So, approaching turn number 1, a quite common corner for people to overtake, but they got to take it a little bit cautiously. He gets the DRS flap open really quickly and takes the left-hand side once again to get that apex absolutely right into turn 3 and turn number 4. Just a little bit of a braking. Oh, he's gone a bit wide there. Ever so slightly. That's going to compromise his speed a little bit. He's P13 for now, but he can gain some very good time if he keeps his lap clean. But the conditions are getting a bit cold with their tyre temps as well. Pretty much everyone is on the soft tyres, the ultra soft tyres at the moment. So that's why they're all going very fast. And in terms of setup as well, oh, is Sterling West slowing down? It's probably his lap time probably got invalidated. Let's just see. I think his lap time got... Yeah, well, actually, he might be on a fast lap, but you never know. I don't think he's on... Yeah, he's not going... He's on 6th gear, so no, I won't be following him. Let's just see who else I can follow. We have got Abby on lap as well. Oh, he got hold up by Zenki almost pretty much, but luckily Zenki moved out the way only just. I still see a little bit of dark clouds in the air. That is an indication obviously that it's going to rain in the race, so pretty darn decent. I like it when it rains, to be honest, in a race. Well, not when I race obviously, but yes, as we're going past sector 2, kissing that left apex, going onto the right hand side to approach this long straight right here. He's got a point to prove. He wants to prove that he deserves to be in ILR1 this season as a yellow flag and set to 3. Somebody's probably gone wide and set to 3 and is slowing down quite a few cars. We've got Cliffy that has almost hit the barrier there, and oh, that was a bit wide again from Abby. That's probably cost him a little bit. He's also coming across traffic, which is not going to help. So he's going across the final corner. What lap time is he going to set? It's looking pretty good actually. He's probably going to get some slipstream from the car behind. What lap time is he going to be? 5th place. Not bad. I'm actually going to see if our champion our champion is on a lap at the moment. He's cutting it fine. If he wants to get... He's slowing down, but is he going to get a lap in by the countdown? Yes, he is. He's just about to. That's all right. Blizzard is about to as well. Everyone else has got 7 seconds. Zenki is on his last lap as well. So he's going to challenge for that. So Gonan's in P2 at 1:19.3. That's pretty good. Wayne is looking quite good as well. June as well. Barry. They're all pretty close as well from 1 to 18th, whereas I don't think France has set a time yet. He needs to set a lap time fast, but otherwise he's going to lose it ever so slightly. I'm just going to see. Lewis comes across the line. What lap time does he set? He's still 19th. Who can we see on a lap? That is all. We see Force India going a bit wide there. We got Paris, who's on his final lap at the moment, and we got Poe that's just retired from the session, and he's going into the pits. Paris, Zenki, he is on his final lap as well. Roy, he is looking fast, but he's running out of fuel. So is he? And he's managing his ERS on the ERS in those two. So what lap time is he going to set? Oh, it's looking quick. It is looking quick. It's going to be close. Oh, P3. It's not going to be enough for pole. Oh, it's Blizzard. Blizzard. Is he going to get into the 118s? Nope, he doesn't. Oh, he does, but his lap time gets invalidated. But it doesn't matter anyway because he's on pole. So I'm not really that surprised that Blizzard is on pole. He's mighty quick around here. And he's made a statement. He wants to defend his ILR1 title. Could he be the first driver in ILR1 history to defend a title? I wonder. Or it might be two. I don't have a clue. But we shall have to wait and see what goes on. So here are your standings then for qualifying. We got VSR Blizzard, who takes pole by 1/10 of a second. Golan in P2, Zenki in P3, Paris in P4, Joom in P5. Then we got Speed Barry in P6, Abby in P7, Wayne in P8, Francis in 9th, and Rafa rounds up your top 10. We got Leon, Poe, Lickle, CC Brain, Janel, Cliffy, Lambo, It's Me, Sterling West, and Lewis. All the top 19 separated by a second. That is a close qualifying for ILR1. I am looking forward to this race. It's going to be action-packed. To be honest, strategy is going to go out the window due to the fact that it's going to be a wet race. As you can see, the drivers weren't wrong. It's going to be a wet race with dries at the end. So, very interesting there. Let us know your thoughts in the chat, guys, who you think is going to win this race. Let us know. That'll be fantastic. I've got predictions which I'm probably going to say, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to jinx anything. So yes, and it was overcast, so that's why probably we weren't seeing laps going into the 118s today. So we are ready. Hope you're all hyped for the first race of the evening of the assist restricted tiers. We are ready to go for the formation lap, and I'm actually going to see what tyres it is Inters, which is not really a surprise, to be honest, because it obviously is going to be wet. And in terms of strategy for this race, we're not sure when it's going to dry up for these drivers, which means they got to have some gut feeling on when they're going to pit. Are they going to stay out and stretch out their intermediate stint in order to cover for that, to make sure they only have to pit once, or will they have to pit again? And secondly, what setup have they gone as well? Have they had a setup which worked really well for qualifying and not as good in the race, or did they focus much on the race setup? So we'll just have to find out at some point as well. Good to see quite a lot of you actually watching the stream as well for the opening round for ILR1. It's good to see. Good to see you all hyped up. I'm pretty much hyped up as well, so it'll be interesting to see what happens actually with how this is going on. So have I got a few predictions in the chat? I haven't got any predictions as of yet, I don't think. No, I haven't, so I'll just keep an eye on what is going on here. Now Blizzard really needs to get a good start here. We've got Zenki and Goran right behind. They are strong drivers. What is Zenki gonna do to get past one of them? Because already he's showing a name of himself as quite most of these guys. Literally anyone could win this. Flexi predicted that there's going to be a huge crash happening with most guys not practicing in the wet. Well, if there is, it's going to be your fault, Flexi. I'm not going to count for commentator's curse. Just joking. I said it, so I'll probably count it as a commentator's curse. So yeah, making our bold predictions already. So yes, and due to the fact that most of the assists are turned off, this is going to prove to be some very interesting racing. So sit back and relax for the first round of ILR1 as all the drivers are making their way. As I think we got the McLaren of Lewis rounding up the grid there. So we are ready for the start of the opening round of Season 5 for ILR1. Are we ready, people? Where are the lights? Oh, there we go, there we go. That's a bit of a delay with the lights there. We've got 4 lights, 5 lights, and the opening round for ILR1 is underway. And looks like we've got an even start from both Blizzard and Gonanen, and looking like they're making it clean so far. But Blizzard makes the lead into turn 1 with Zenki almost losing it there already. And we still see a few people dropping it already, but not as much carnage as I thought, which is good to see. Pretty much clean opening during the back as well. So Paris already making up some ground as well from Zenki's mistake. Gonanen dropping it down into P4, so that's not a good start for him. Speed Barry is really going to catch up to them as well. I think Francis was another big gainer as well, all the way up into P8. Oh, I think we have some trouble. I think it is. Oh, we have got some traffic right on the back there. Oh, Leon is disconnected from the session. What has happened with Leon? Leon has probably had some issues, but we already seen some make ground. Cliffy has made past the CT Brain quite well there, up into P13 of this race already, which is great to see. He's making some ground after his troubled qualifying. Zenki already on the back of Paris. He's got to really find some temps here to make sure, and they got to fall not to push their tyres to the limit, because otherwise it's going to cost them. Jim is also going to make sure he can challenge for a move down. He is up into P5. Abby is up into P6. He made the move down the inside of the Mercedes and the Ferrari. He is up into P6 for now. So more tense battles happening during the midfield, which is probably what we were expecting going into the start of this Grand Prix, as Wayne is actually not that far from the start of Sterling West. Sterling West actually manages to try and cover off the McLaren, which is what they need to do. The visibility is quite low at the moment, so they got to keep it careful for now. Oh, someone almost went a bit wide there. Francis right there is keeping it together, so which is good to see, to be honest. And I was worried that my audio was going to be broadcast in the chat, but obviously not. I don't think it is. But Francis on the back of Jumi now. He's got to make some ground. Ico up into P11 as well. The gap between Blizzard and Paris now separated by 1.6 seconds. So Blizzard already pulling away, showing the person he is and showing why he is ILR1 champion of last season. Almost a little bit of a slide from Francis there. Just goes to show how difficult the conditions actually are at this opening stage of the Grand Prix. Oh, Leon's internet died. That's what he said in the chat. So unfortunately, he is, I don't think, going to take any part in the race unless we could get him back somehow. So that is unfortunate for Leon. He is not getting his opening round to the start that he is hoping for right away. So I'm just keeping an eye on the gap between Zenki and Paris actually, and how that's forming actually. Seeing how Zenki can push between Paris. We'll just have to find out. And Janel's already going into the pits. That is not looking like to be a good race for him. He's front wing changing already. So he must have had a little bit of contact early on as well. So that was unfortunate. So he's last at the moment. So quite hard to see from what's going on. So Ray Jakes. Oh, and almost we've got a Renault. I think it was Poe and Ickle almost being forced off the circuit there by the Haas. We've got pretty close battles developing quite here. There's a Red Bull of Cliffy. What a sensational move from ILRT Cliffy into P10 of this race so far. He's probably been the biggest gainer so far. So let me look at position changes. Who's been the biggest gainers so far? We've got Cliffy gained 6. If I was to commentate on this race regularly, he would get the Supercharge Award, which I do for every league I commentate for in ILR. So, and just because I'm commentating on it today, I thought he'll get a special award for the Supercharge Award. He's gained the most laps, most positions in the first 2 laps. Well done, Cliffy. Cliffy is having an astonishing race, starting from P16 and all the way up into P10. He is known for producing a masterclass in terms of gaining positions or anything like that. So, pretty decent recovery for him. And we've got another potential challenge as well. Abby's just made his way past Golan, and Golan is struggling a little bit in these wet conditions. Abby is now up into 4th, him making his ILR1 debut, and he's doing ever so well so far. He's gained 3 positions at the start of the lap. CC Brain, another person to pit. So I think he's another person that's been caught up from the carnage that I didn't really get to see because I was concentrating on what's going on at the moment. So very intriguing to find out as well. Looking very strong in the Sauber right now, as Sterling West also had to pit as well. So we can see who is struggling and who is not. And yeah, Blizzard is already pulling away to Paris, but luckily Paris is already pulling away to Zenki by more than what Blizzard is pulling away to Paris. So Paris has got some good pace on him at the moment. Now the closest battle we are seeing is between it's me. Poe was struggling. Oh, what happened with Poe? We got a yellow flag. Has he got some damage or something? I don't know what has happened with it. No, it looks like he's alright. Looks like he went a little bit wide into the corner, and that's cost him a little bit. DRS is disabled at this point, so this is why obviously all they got to rely on really is Slipstream, as Poe's going to have another chance on Wayne at the moment. I do see the sun starting to come up, so we will eventually see the race track start to dry up as well, but it does take quite a long time to dry up. But I wonder when it is going to be in this game as well. So interestingly enough, Cliffy is not that far behind Speed Barry as well. We got a train forming for P8 between Cliffy, Speed Barry and Ickle, however you say his name. Is also Ickle Blocks as he was known, as Cliffy down the outside inside of Speed Barry. Another position gained for ILRT Cliffy. He is up into 9th place. Could we see a Italy return? I'm not going to jinx much here, but it's looking to be on the cards at this moment because he is on fire, Cliffy is. And another person on fire is Ickle as well, and he's not that far. He's got some making ground to do for Francis. A few people have changed their gamer tags because obviously the people were allowed to change their gamer tags ready for the start of this race. So that is why he was known as Francis Jessica. Now he's Francis McGee, just to let you know. So, hey ho. So I am actually going to see Jume is still trying to catch up to Golan as well. Ho is still on the back of Wayne, so much opportunity. Cliffy still catching up to Ickle already. This is remarkable. And Blizzard is already setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, a 1:34.9. So really good lap time already from the champion already. I know I keep pointing it out, but it is good. As Speed Barry goes into the pits for his scheduled stop. Oh, Golan has got his first penalty. Yeah, it is scheduled stop. And he's been held up for the pits quite. Yeah, he's been held up in the pits. Don't know what's happened to him. Oh, no, he is gone. But a few people, I think, in some other races have been held up in the pits quite a lot. So that's probably why. And Golan has, I think his penalty has come to bite him. And I think France has just gone past him. And so has Ickle as well. So Golan is now dropped it to P8. And I wonder if Cliffy is going to make his way past his teammate. Will there be team orders on the cards for that? Let me just quickly jump to that battle, that teammate battle. I swear in every race, as I've commented on this week, there has been Red Bull battles for Red Bull teammates. So, and the Red Bulls actually do quite well in them. And Cliffy made his way past Golan quite easily there, up into P8, which is which is a given really since Gran is struggling in these wet conditions as well. And France is not behind June. He's got some ground making to do. They have got similar pace in terms of engine speed as well. So I wonder how that is going to play out here. And we have got a train. We're starting to see people come into the pits. I'm seeing, oh, that was a bit wide from Francis there going into the final corner. And Golan, I think, yeah, is going into the pits right now. He will have to pit again because don't forget there is dry weather expected towards the end. Not sure when it is going to be. I'm seeing a lot of people getting held up tonight. It's probably just a game, I don't know. Ickle and Francis, though. Ickle trying to make it... Oh, Ickle's trying to make his way past Francis. But he went a bit too wide in towards turn 3. So that's his chance pretty much lost. Do you think this is a call for Ickle to go into the pits? I think so, because it looks like he is struggling with his tyres. So that is probably why he is struggling a little bit. And we got yellow flag in sector 1. It's probably not going to tell me what the yellow flag is. I don't see any people losing position, so I'm just going to leave it there for now. Another big gainer is Abby on Zenki. A battle which I think, I don't know how I'm going to call it right now. Oh, Rafa is losing it. Let's go on board with Rafa. Hold on a second. He's dropped it. I don't know if he's had any damage, but I did see him drop a position on my screen. So, not quite sure what happened. There's pretty much battles going everywhere this race so far, so it's quite hard to keep up with them all so far. So on lap 8 of 29, Blizzard still leads 4.0 seconds. He'd already find some time. Abby's also gaining pace right now in the Sauber. He is set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 1:34. So he is on similar pace, pretty much faster pace to Blizzard right now. Maybe Abby's managing his tyres a little bit more for Blizzard. We'll just have to wait and see as well. And I wonder how this is going to play out in terms of who's going to go first between the top 6, because they're all pretty close together. Rafa was struggling with his tyres. He's going into the pits right now. So he is going to drop down later on in the field. As we're just seeing, Zenki has had a little bit more pace than Abby on a straight line, possibly due to his setup. We'll just have to find out in due course as well. See how Abby is still gaining on Zenki though. If it was DRS, he probably would have had the edge on him, but obviously since there's no DRS, probably that, because DRS is pretty much make or break at the moment in terms of strategy. And pretty much from P13 downwards is where they've made their stops. We've got Ickle catching up to Cliffy is in 7th at the moment. But let's see. I'm just going to see if any of if Abby's going to try and make a move here. No, he does not. How about Ickle? He's got a train of Cliffy. Cliffy's still got Francis to catch up as well. So a 4-way train for pretty much for P6 is on the cards at this stage of the Grand Prix. So pretty intense stuff. So a few people in the chat saying Abby's always been quick at driving in the wet. So I wonder if Abby was jumping for joy when he found out it was going to be almost a wet race. But I wonder how Abby is actually going to cope in terms of the dry conditions when it goes to dry. And we'll just have to find out as well. So a few people are putting their thoughts in the chat how they think their race is going to go tonight, if they're in ILR2 or ILR3, of course. If you are racing tonight, I wish you guys the best of luck. So we still got this, and we've got 2 more tiers to go. We've got ILR2 and ILR3 being moved to Sundays now with our new commentator, who's making his first appearance in ILR. So wishing the best of luck about that as well. And Janel's saying the fastest lap. Again, apologies if I get the name wrong. So I am rubbish with names, as I said in the stream. Cliffy, oh, Francis going again too deep into that corner. This could be Cliffy's chance to dive it in. Almost a bit of contact between Cliffy and Francis. Francis, I think, one of the Mercedes is going into the pits. Yes, that is Francis. Ickle and Cliffy are going side by side into turn number 1. Ickleblox is now into 6th place of this Grand Prix. Made the edge on Cliffy quite nicely there, and he's already starting to pull away nice and dandy. Where is Francis going to pull away from? Lewis getting a 3-second time penalty of this Grand Prix. So we're already starting to see penalties flying here in ILR1. Hopefully not too many penalties. So yeah, I've pronounced his name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot with terms of names. People do know me as. We got a Renault, I think, ghosting, but luckily it's ghosted. So if it was traffic, that would have costed him dearly. And I think a lot of blue flags are shown for the Renault. I think it's Leon who disconnected, I believe. So that's probably what's happened there. We got Zenki and Abby trying to dive it in. Abby dives it on the inside of Zenki. Abby up into P3 of this race. Zenki's still right on the back of Abby though. Going into the final corner. Them two looking very good on pace today. I wonder who's going to blink first between those two. I think these two, in my opinion, I'm making a prediction now based on what I'm seeing in this race. Is doing well. So and we have got Lambo in the pit, and we also got Poe in the pit as well. It's Lickleblox, not Ickleblox. Sorry, I think I've got his name right. You see, it took me a while to remember all these names. So yeah, hopefully I've got it right this time. But anyway, Zenki is making some ground on Abby anytime soon, but I wonder if they're going to make the overcut work when they go into the pit stops. Or are the top 5, are they going to wait until the track dries up a little bit to see when they are going to pit? Which assists are allowed in this league? It's just line for ILR1, just to let you know. So only line is allowed in this league. No ABS, no TC, anything like that. It's just line. So they're only allowed to use racing line in this tier to line it up with the Xbox tiers. That's what they decided to do. So as Blizzard, he's on a masterclass, I must say. 6.1 seconds between him and Paris right now. And it is starting to get a little bit sunnier here in Albert Park. Well, it is not sunny, but I do see a glimpse of sun appearing. And the rain is coming down less hard than I thought it was right now. So that's why these guys are struggling less right now. Because obviously you will see a lot more faster lap time due to the fact the track is rubbering up. And I think the top 5 are just waiting to pounce, waiting to find the right time to pit. But there was a wet race in ILR5 earlier on this week, and they didn't. The top guys for that didn't pit till quite late on the intermediates. So you can go on the intermediates for quite a long time. So they just waiting to possibly try and see if they could possibly do the one stop, see if that pays off for them, pays dividends, and just see how that goes. The gaps are starting to tumble just a little bit. That's probably why we are seeing less battles at this stage. And I think Zenki's already losing a bit of time to Abby, so I think Zenki will probably have to pit in the next lap or so in order to gain some ground, I think. So Super saying that a podium is needed for Abby. Well, it would be nice, to be honest, if Abby gets a podium, because that will be a good sign. So it will be nice to see someone that you don't normally expect to go on the podium and if he gets a podium on his first ILR race, that'll be good. And he's already shown pure class in this wet conditions. So, Little Blocks, where is he right now? He's about 9 tenths between him and Doom right now. I think he's in the Williams. He's in the Williams. I thought I would get used to the colours right now, but some of these colours are absolutely similar. So, someone's just asked, can we see who is stopped? Yes, of course. The bottom 10 downwards, obviously, the ones, so Francis all the way down to CC Brain have stopped. Everyone else still yet to pit. The top 9 have been on the intermediates for 12 laps. And they're just waiting, I think, for the guys to catch up. Now, Abby, he's catching up to Paris quite rapidly at this stage. So, I wonder how that's going to play open here when it goes to those pit stops. So is Cliffy on Little Blocks on lap 13. So we're pretty much halfway of this Grand Prix. Anything can happen. And the ones at the bottom will probably might have regretted pitting, but probably due to the fact that they were involved in some battles, they probably had to because they were struggling on tyres. Don't forget, tyre management is important. And Paris is the first person to jump. He is going into the pits for another set of intermediates. He is struggling with his tyres. He is not waiting until it dries out because he won't know when it's going to dry out. So he is going out. Luckily, he didn't get pulled off in the pit stop. Zenki is in the pits as well. And Blizzard and Abby and Doom and Cliffy are staying out. So they will probably have to pit again in the next lap. But don't forget, they still got their teammates that might have pitted the next lap to cover for that. Zenki now still behind Paris. So Paris's pit stop and Zenki's pit stop actually was pretty good. Luckily, those guys didn't get holed up a little bit. So yes, I'm actually gonna see when is Blizzard gonna jump now. He's seen the likes of Zenki and Paris who are pretty quick pit. Is he gonna do the same? Is it gonna be a replica of what we've seen the Mercedes do this morning in China? Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the Grand Prix, I'll give you a chance to mute it for a little bit before. I should have said a spoiler alert, but anyway, there might have been a few people not watching, but you might have watched it by now. Blizzard's staying out. Is Abby going to stay out as well? Let me just see the number 24 car of the Sauber. Is he staying out? Yes, he is as well. So, a few people pointing out in the chat that Paris's pace dropped a little bit in these last couple of laps, so that was probably why he had to pit early than his compatriots. So that's why and Zenki, I think he just wanted to pit now just to get some fresh rubber and see if he can try and catch up to the top guys again as well. So very interesting there, and I wonder how it's going to play out in the other tiers later on as well, in terms of how they can keep these tyres going as well. So not much battles happening at the moment though, but that is because the 7 drivers who have been on the intermediates pretty much since the start of this Grand Prix have been on those tyres pretty much since the start of this race, and they are determined to stay it that way. And I know Blizzard is very good on tyre management. Abby is as well, so they are going to hold it out. Let me look at the gap between Paris and Blizzard actually. Is Blizzard going to come comfortably ahead of him? Yes, yes, definitely, I think. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know how long pit stops are in the wet, but it depends if Blizzard does pit in the dry. So I will have to find out on that one. So, and I just hope that when it gets to dries, they actually go onto dry tyres instead of wet tyres, because they are known in this game for actually doing that. So, yes. So, pretty much, Blizzard has got this one in the bag, unless he has a accident somewhere. But he's still got the... Oh, and Wayne is in the pits as well. So, that that leaves Paris and Zenki, that they're going past him at the moment. And Zenki just saying the fastest lap, 1:33.5. He's on newer tyres and it's raining less as well. So is the track getting better for these drivers? I think so, but I might be wrong. I'm not the weatherman. I am not the Met Office or whatever they have in Australia. I can't predict the future. I can't predict the weather. I can't. If you say to me, Jess, when it is going to stop raining, I'm going to be like, no, I don't know what it's going to do. So, yes. That is pretty much it for that one, what I'm going to say. It's me in P6 right now. He's managing his tyres quite well as well. I wonder where he's going to come out as well. We've got Rafa though on. We've still got some battles at the back of the field. So we're going to keep an eye on those as well. Sterling West is there for tonight. We've got Rafa in the Williams trying to chase him down. Rafa's on newer tyres, so if we had a graphic for the pit strategy, or something like that they had in real life on who would come out on top in terms of the battle, in terms of that, it'll probably have to be Rafa due to his tyres. He almost hit the back of Sterling West there, but luckily he avoided that. Our race leader, VSR Blizzard, is in the pits. Blizzard is in the pits, and yes, he comes comfortably right ahead of Paris and Zenki, like I said he was going to do. So really timed well by the Mercedes crew, and I think they couldn't wait any longer, knowing the game is probably going to be dry a few laps before the end, and it's probably going to stay raining, but you never know with these types of weather. Matt just said, oh, me and Jeff will be a great engineering duo. Probably not, Matt, because one, I don't do engineering in real life, and if I did, I'll be rubbish. So yes, but Cliffy's making some good ground on for June, but they're probably going to gain that. And interesting enough, what I've noticed, Haas has gained 1 more second to Blizzard in that in those pit stops. So the pit stop may have worked for Paris, but let's concentrate on this battle between Cliffy and June. Cliffy's going to get the inside line, and he does. Quite nicely done up into, well, it's P2 on track. I'm not sure if it's going to be P2. Obviously, the net P2, because the net P2, I think, at the moment is Paris at the moment. But we shall see in terms of pit stops. He, again, is choosing to stay out, and so is Abby as well. Speed Barry getting another time penalty there. So, that is unfortunate. So, we are starting to see raindrops everywhere at the moment. But less than we thought it was. When we see the big old DRS enabled, that is when we are actually going to see these guys jump, and it's the best time to pit. But we will have to find out as well. So, but anyway, we have got Blizzard now. He's probably going to make his way past Lickle Blocks pretty soon as well. We've got the trainers, June and Cliffy as well, not that far behind. Blizzard on fresher tyres. Oh! We got a Force India. Oh, no! No, it's not Force India. It's a Williams to June. He's lost it. Not quite sure what happened to June there. He has lost his front wing, I think. Yes, he has. He's struggling. He has to pull off the side, I think. He'll probably have to pit again. And Rafa is out. Yellow flag set to 1, 2, and 3. Oh! Speed barrier is out. Anyone else being caught up in this carnage? Golonen is out as well. What has happened? I'm going wrong. Oh. Oh. That is a nasty accident. That is a nasty accident. And Juma has lost it again. I'm surprised there isn't a safety car come out. I thought there would be a safety car. Oh, he's struggling. He's pulling away. But he's going to try and limp it to the pits. I think that is what he's going to do. He's a mental well, he never doesn't want to give up, and that is what he is doing. He's trying to make his way to the pit. Now, Abby, if Abby wants to get this podium, he needs to pit right now. Because, and I think Jim is going into the pit. Abby's staying out again, so is Cliffy. And Golan has left the session. He is not happy whatsoever. So, not quite sure what has happened right there with what is going on. And as yeah, the Speed Barry has left the session, so he's not having his race. He is not having the best of races for him right now. So yeah, he is struggling to get with the pace at the moment. So hopefully he can recover ever so slightly. So, and we got Doom, the first person actually to go on the supers. And I don't see any rain, but there's still some damp bits on the track. There's still some damp bits on the track, so it is going to be very difficult for the guys, if they want to pit, to pit. It's going to be quite... Oh, Doom. He is... Oh, and Abby's pitting. Abby has gone into the pits. He's gone to a set of supers. One of the first ones to go on those. And, yes, he's listened to the chat. He has listened to the chat. And I think It's Me has gone on to a set of supers as well. I think he's waiting until the track dried up. Hopefully, we are going to get confirmation that it is dry. We will get confirmation once we see the DRS enable sign. And Sterling West got a penalty. So what we're going to like to see, Blizzard and Cliffy pit again. Blizzard's still not that far behind Cliffy. Now, Cliffy hasn't pitted, Blizzard has. So that's played very well into Cliffy's hands, I think. Cliffy's already been doing very well this race. Could he possibly, or has he lost a little bit of his tyres, but it doesn't matter because he's probably going to pit anyway. And he doesn't have to worry about his teammate, Cliffy, because his teammate is out of the race. So he can pit when he wants to. So let me get the leader gaps. I know a lot of you want to get the leader gap. There we go. Blizzard and Cliffy staying out. Gap, if it's a pit stop, 25 seconds. So that's going to be close between Cliffy, Blizzard and Abby. And also the top lot to catch up as well. I'm actually going to follow Abby actually in a second. But meanwhile, these intermediates still not too bad. These two are not struggling with these intermediate conditions at the moment. They're going side by side. Almost touching and making it clean though. They're making it look ever so easy. And looks like Cliffy manages to hold on to the lead for now. But looks like Blizzard is going to get another chance pretty soon as well. Maybe if Abby... I wonder if Abby pitted a bit early because Abby's losing a little bit of time to his rivals. We'll just have to find out. As Blizzard's going to try and make another move on Cliffy now. He's on newer tyres. Cliffy's still on 20 lap used inters. Cliffy will have to pit though, because obviously you have to make one mandatory pit stop. And I think Blizzard, oh, Cliffy almost went into, yeah, he went into the gravel there. He's lost it a little bit there. That is a shame from Cliffy. Oh, he's slowing down. What has happened with Cliffy? I don't know. He's probably going to go into the pits now. Yes, he is. He's going to go into a set of supers, I think. Lickle Blocks is pitting as well. And, Lewis has got a 5-second stop go. Abby has gained a lot of pace on Wayne now, so the supers are starting to come onto its own a little bit. Cliffy onto a set of supers as well. So, I wonder. Blizzard will need to pit now, so will Paris and Zenki, unless they could do a masterclass. Or they might just be waiting for the DRS sign to go up, but that's probably going to be late. Looks like Cliffy did get a puncture, actually. Because he did slow it down a little bit. That is a shame from Cliffy. I didn't see where. I think it must have been his rear tyres that I saw him get a puncture. But I don't know. Not entirely sure what happened there. Cliffy already being challenged by Wayne on the inter tyres. And Abby is about 4.7 seconds behind Wayne now. We've got about 7 laps to go of this Australian Grand Prix. This has been intense, to say the least, in terms of strategy. I can't really call it who's going to win. And I do see a little bit of debris on the track. Don't know what has caused that, but I don't know. Abby's made his way past Janel. I do see. Oh no, Abby! 3-second time penalty. Could this be? And I do see the yellow fuel for some people. CT Brain goes past ILT Janel. I don't know how you say his name. Oh, Nickel Blocks is going for the ultra soft tyres when he pitted. Okay. That is very intriguing, to say the least. I wonder if he's... Doesn't look like he's struggling. Looks like he's all right. Looks like he's managing his tyres very well. But we shall see. Going to these last few remaining laps. Abby and Cliffy on similar pace, so this could be anyone's game. Can these inters for Blizzard, Paris and Zenki hold on to us this race? Let us know in the chat, what do you think? Will the track dry up properly for the top 3 to say, right, I need to go on to some super softs or some ultra soft tyres? Just let us know. Get your predictions in. Lewis getting another penalty there. I think Lickle Block's already pulling away from Wayne, so I think it doesn't really matter what tyre you go on, really. It's starting to get much sunnier, but the track is getting damper, so if I was them, I would struggle to decide when will be the best time to pit, but I'm the worst at time management, so I would probably have pitted at the same time as the guys on the supers now, to be honest. That's probably what I would have done. Lambo's in the pits then. He's probably going to go on to a set of the super soft tyres as well. Or is it the Ultras? No, it's the Ultras as well. I wonder if Blizzard and the top 3, are they going to be on the Ultras as well? I'm seeing how these top 3 are going to cope with these tyres to the end. Looks like I'm just seeing Lambo gonna... Oh, it's going to be close between Abby and Lambo, actually. Looks like Lambo just about gets ahead of Abby. So nicely done pit stop from VSR Lambo. He's on ultra soft though, so he can try and catch up to the super soft runners as well. I wonder how that is going to play out as well. And Zenki getting a penalty. That's probably going to put France in contention unless France has got a penalty. I don't, to be honest, I don't know if France has got a penalty or not. Janel's in the pits again. Has he been held up in the pits for quite a long time? Or it might be just me. No, it might be just me. And Blizzard's saying the fastest lap on those intermediate tyres. Oh, DRS is now enabled. DRS is now enabled, so it's time for the final scrap. The guys on the inters probably will have to pit, except if you're a Blizzard and you probably might stay out. Oh, Lambo went a bit wide. That's Abby's gain then. Abby's now up into 7th. We got yellow flag and set to 1. That's probably someone in the pits. France is in the pits as well. Little blocks. Where is France gonna go into this? He just goes ahead of Cliffy. There he goes. Where is Abby? Oh, Lambo and Abby are fighting it again. Going into turn 2. A bit of a slide from Lambo once again. Probably, I think the super softs are the best tire to be on because they have the... Because obviously it's less damp, but we shall see. I'll be managing to hold on, but I'm actually going to see, actually, because I think a few people were asking for penalties, but I'll see how this battle changes. To be honest, Blizzard is still going to get a podium even if he pits now. So, that's going to get his championship defense to a winning start. And Blizzard is in the pits. His Mercedes crew was flying. He is going on to some ultras, I think. Yes, he's going on to some ultra soft tyres to the end. Harris goes ahead of him, Dozer, Zenki. But what about Little Blocks, Francis, Cliffy, Abby? I think they're going to go comfortably ahead of it. Blizzard's going to go comfortably ahead of them. Where's Blizzard right now? Yes, they do. Well, strategic move from Blizzard there. Managing to get the gap he needed. Get his fastest lap done and dusted. Abby getting another penalty. That's 6 seconds. Oh, no. I probably commentators cursed him this race. I'm so sorry. But I wonder if Poe's on any penalties as well. Abby and Lambo are still fighting for position. Lambo, I think, just made his way past them. Poe setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. There's no point for fastest lap on this game, but I will be in at the 20. Oh yeah, did Zenki get a Zopko? Wow. Okay. That will put things into perspective for Little Blocks, maybe. Already Blizzard is eating some time into Paris now. He's already gaining. He could get fastest lap coming up as well. Little Blocks though on Zenki. He's got to make up some ground as well. It's interestingly, there's some people on the Ultras that are flying around here. There's some people on the Ultras that are not doing very well. Francis getting a penalty again. I'm actually going to look on penalties quickly. So I don't think Blizzard has... Oh, Blizzard's only got 2 warnings. Paris has got 1 penalty. 2 penalties. Zenki has got 2 penalties and a stop-go. Oh, Little Blocks, sorry. He has got 1 penalty. Francis has got 1, 2, 3 penalties. Cliffy has got 1 penalty as well. Lambo, I don't think he's got a penalty. No, he hasn't. Abby, I think Abby's on 2. I know Abby's on 2. It's me. And I think Leon ghosted again. So, didn't see what happened there. So that was a quick update on penalties. Francis in the fastest lap on those Sab Ultras then. So we can get fastest lap at this race. That could be interesting. 2 laps to go then. Blizzard already pulling up the gap to Zenki. But I'm impressed with how Zenki's coping with the pressure of being in ILR1. Don't forget, he was in ILR3 last season. He's made the jump 2 tiers up. And he's been doing very, very well. So, props to him. I think a lot of people will be proud of him as far as race is concerned. Do we have a battle going? We have the Hassans. It was Little Blocks and Paris. So Paris is on the back of Little Blocks. The final few battles. Zenki's got another penalty. Oh, a bit of contact again from these two. A bit of feisty battles going on between these two, to be honest. They got the final 2 laps to get these positions going. Penalties can change everything. Everyone now is on dry tyres now. So it's going to be a battle for the finish. No more scheduled pit stops for the rest of the guys. The wet to dry race has made things a lot interesting for me and for you guys, hopefully, that are watching. And Zenki is trying his best to hold on to Paris and Little right behind him. Pretty much as it stands, the track positions are not going to change, but the penalties it might be. So we will keep an eye on it. I'm not good at maths. Oh, CC Brain has left. He's probably had a disconnect. So that is unfortunate. Hopefully he can go back for the final round at some point as well. Here we then are. Reigning champion, VSR Blizzard, is going to start the final lap of this Grand Prix. He has been on form for this whole race. He has taken a lead and stayed there. He's had a brilliant start, brilliant qualifying, and he set the fastest lap on those ultra soft tyres. And he knew when he pitted, he would still comfortably go ahead of his rivals. He knew that Zenki had a penalty, so the pressure was pretty much off him from the start. He could drive an easy race and still come out on... Oh! What's happened to Blizzard just then? Have I jinxed him or something? Please don't say I jinxed him. It might have just been a lag spike on my end, but I don't think it was. That gave me a heart attack. That might have given a few of you a heart attack, I must say. Pretty much, I think, in terms of lapping... Oh, he was just lapping Sterling West. That's what he was doing. But we still got our last lap battle to go with Zenki and Paris. Paris, I don't think, has to change that much, because I don't think Paris has got as many penalties as Zenki. So he's going to have DRS, probably one of the DRS overtakes that we are going to see of this race. Let's see if he's going to do it and make the lunge. Not quite. But let's go on board with Blizzard. He comes across the line. He takes the first win of Season 5 in ILR1. Very well deserved. What is Paris going to do with Zenki? I think Paris is going to be second, I think, due to penalties. Let's just see what happens. Yes, Paris is in second. Lickleblocks is third. So Zenki drops it down all the way into fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Zenki is dropping like flies. Those penalties are definitely cost him. That's promoted Cliffy to fourth. Lambo to fifth. Fast in seventh. A good result for him. Abby in 8th place. We've got Pro in 9th. Wayne in 10th. It's me. So Wayne getting the final points. We got It's Me crossing the line. We got the Force India about to cross the line as well. Here he goes. What a race. In terms of, it was merely a strategic race, to be honest, in terms of how it was going to play out, and there was a lot of penalties. Yeah, there was a lot of penalties. Started from wet to dry, and most people, pretty much everyone, did a 2-stop, apart from certain people. So there's your top man, VSR Blizzard. Once again, he is in unfamiliar territory right now. He is on the top step of the podium, and he is making his championship defence off to a perfect start. He's taken pole position, he's taken a win, and most likely he has taken fastest lap as well. So he's done the hat-trick. He didn't get my Supercharge award. It would have been a quadruple it, whoever it is. But, oh my word, look at those penalties. Look at those penalties. So there we go. VSR Blizzard takes your win with Paris in P2. Paris got 6 penalties as well, but not as much as Zenki. Lickleblocks in 3rd, Cliffy in 4th, VSR Lambo in 5th, Zenki in 6th, Francis in 7th, Abby in 8th, Poe in 9th, and Wayne rounding up your top 10. So then we got It's Me, General, CC Brain, Sterling West, and Lewis. Lewis is your final finisher. And your non-finishers are Leon, Doom, Golonan, Speed Barry, and Rafa. So, I hope you guys enjoy this race. It's been very, very good to see. Again, apologies that the stream was late. It was because it was sorted in the end though, because hashtag save Andy's PS4. And yeah, hopefully I did a good job with pretty much a minute's notice. But it is all good now. Blizzard and Paris and Nickel Blocks are your top 3. So we are going to head off for about half an hour, because in half an hour we've got ILR2 and ILR3 coming up. I'm very excited for those. So you've got final TTs to go, and I think we also got the Americas at 10 o'clock tonight as well. So we've still got 3 more chances for you to see some Australia racing. So ILR2 will be commentated by Owen White and Soup Cooler, the legends. And our new commentator, I need to get his name because I'm scared I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. But he's a new commentator anyway for ILR3. There we go. That was my mic sorted. It had a little bit of a spasm there. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I think it was, how do I pronounce his name? Barless, there we go. Yeah, Barless is your new ILR3 commentator. So make sure you don't miss a thing at 7 o'clock. You can watch any. I suggest you have both tiers on at the same time. Have both ILR2 and ILR3 running in the background and swap and change on the stuff, because it is great to see these guys racing. So make sure you watch out for that. Fingers crossed, Andy will be back next week. If you want to see me commentating again, I'll be commentating ILR5 on Thursday. But for ILR1 purposes, we will see you same time next week for the Chinese Grand Prix, which provides some very interesting racing. Quite technical track like we see in the real life Grand Prix this morning. So it should be a good one for that. Make sure you tune in. It is at 5 o'clock, not 5:30. It's an earlier start this season. So 5 o'clock next week for ILR1. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. And we will see you in 25 minutes for ILR2 and ILR3. Good night.